I only told my friends about my YouTube channel the other day. Now you might think, Pain, me being Pain, do you not love your friends? Do you not care about them? Do they mean nothing to you? On the contrary, I actually quite like my friends. They mean an awful lot to me. But I wanted to get some videos done, I wanted to get some daily uploads done, because they've known that I've wanted to do YouTube for a long time. You know, I've told them. It's no surprise to them that I've started a YouTube channel. You know, they may have had a good laugh when I told them and looked through a few thumbnails, a few videos. You know, they might have found it mildly amusing, but they knew it was going to happen. They knew I was going to give YouTube a proper go at some point. But I just wanted to get some videos under my belt. I just wanted to get a bit of consistency down, and then it's like, look guys, I really am giving this a proper go, you know? It's not some, yeah guys, I'm going to do YouTube, and then, you know, you don't turn up for, what is this deck by the way? 2 buildings? Gross. That's what you get with a randomized deck. It's like, yeah, I just wanted to show them that, look guys, I am really going to commit to YouTube. Here's a series of daily uploads that I've already dropped. And yeah, so yeah, they might have had a little laugh, but it's fine. I know that they, in their hearts, they support me in doing something like this, and you know, I'm sure they've all subscribed or whatever. But yeah, I mean, when I went to university, if you ever go to university or if you have been to university, sometimes in your course, you have to write this thing called a dissertation. And a dissertation, it's a long piece of writing. Very, very boring. You're meant to write about something you like, but if you're doing a degree you don't like, I did a degree I don't like, then you might sort of hate your dissertation a bit. But anyway, yeah, long piece of writing, and at the start of it is this section called the acknowledgements. Now, in the acknowledgements, you're meant to write about, like, something that, I don't know, something you care about, something that you want to dedicate your dissertation to. And I was awful with university work. I left it all till the last second. I did everything as late as I possibly could have done it. I left it until I had to do it, right? I didn't want to do my university work because I didn't enjoy my degree. And, you know, the dissertation, they don't spring it on you out of nowhere. You know you've got that dissertation coming up for a long time. But it came to... Hold on, let me just not die to this. Actually, I think the Valkyrie tanks that mini P.E.K.K.A, which is kind of insane. Offensive Goblin Cage, that's a Barbarian Ball play. Oh, I'm just going to activate King Tire, screw it. But yeah, it came to the morning my dissertation was due, and I'm sitting there like 2 or 3 hours before it's due. I've been like up for the last 2 nights in a row. I'm like sleep deprived out of my mind, and I'm looking at my acknowledgements, and I'm like, I had no intention of writing any acknowledgements, and I look at them and I'm like, man, I don't know what to write. And then, you know, the sleep deprivedness really hits, and you start thinking of what has actually helped you get through university. And in my acknowledgements, I wrote a thank you to my friends because I really care about them. I don't know. I think there are some people out there who maybe struggle to make friends. And I think in another life, maybe I would have been one of those people, but I've been lucky enough to have a really, really healthy, a really great group of friends. So I was sitting there finishing my dissertation, and I thought, yeah, am I going to win this game? I'm going to win this game. I thought, yeah, I want to write some, like a note for my friends. So I think I just said something along the lines of couldn't have done it without them. And you know, they didn't sit there giving me tips on my dissertation. They didn't read it. They were just there for me if I ever needed them. And that's not necessarily to say I even did need them. They just would be there. Good luck, thank you. Have some backshots. They just would be there if I did need them. Oh, this is a disgusting first push of the game. I think we'll have to arrows this. Unless, actually, that might be enough. That's going to be enough. What to do? I kind of want to counter push, but I don't have the elixir for that. But yeah, you know, if times ever do get tough, I know I can turn to my friends, and that is a beautiful thing and not something that everyone in the world has. You know, I'm very lucky in that way. So yeah, I really appreciate them, and by holding back telling them about YouTube was definitely in no way like a sign of mistrust or anything. Like that's absolutely not what it is. But yeah, it's definitely healthy to love your friends, you know? Don't be so shy about throwing that L bomb around with your friends, you know? You know, if you're in a relationship, then maybe take it a bit easy. Maybe don't drop that straight away. You don't want to scare them off. But with your friends, you know, tell your friends you love them. I've just watched the film Billy Elliot. If you haven't watched the film Billy Elliot, that shit is emotional. Oh my god. So maybe that sort of is affecting the way in which I'm talking about my friends in sort of like an emotional manner, but screw it. Screw it. I don't care. I don't care, yeah. Being vulnerable on the internet, why not? Why not? And winning Clash Royale games at the same time. But yeah, if you are listening to this and you're thinking, like, maybe you can't relate, I think you'll be able to relate one day. I think everyone's people are out there. You know, if you're... Is that a sign of conceding the game? If you're a nice enough person, which I'd like to believe everyone watching my videos, I bet you are a lovely person, and there are people out there for everyone, in a friendly manner, in a relationship sense. You know, I've had friends who have... The friends I'm speaking about, I've had them insist that, God, you know, I'm never going to find love, and God, it's, you know, they lie, there's not someone for everyone. But man, is there someone for everyone? If you ever doubt that there's someone for everyone, you know what I'd really suggest? I'd recommend going to an event where there are lots of people. You know, people talk about, like, lots of fish in the sea and stuff. Like, I went to my brother's graduation, and man, I just thought, like, there were so many people. There's the people graduating, there's the people there, like the family and friends and stuff. And like, if you ever think like the world's really small, God, like I couldn't possibly meet anyone. I'm not saying just go to some random graduation. You can't do that, but I think it just put into perspective for me that there are so many people in the world, and you will find someone. Whether some evolution charts, nice. You will find someone, whether it's friends, whether it's a loved one. Like, yeah, hope is not lost. Let's collect all this stuff. I guess I want the knight. Was that the right choice? I think it was. Let's buy stuff out the shop as well. I saved, so I bought the backshots emote, but I wanted to save this moment for buying the Evolution Elite Barbarians, because if I can use them, I can use them in my next video. I'm not sure. I think unlocking the Evolution means that I unlock the card. Please, 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 please. Evo Elite Barbarians in Arena 3. Wow, that's really something. I've got a lot to claim. I'm going to do it off camera. But yeah, I hope you appreciate the sentiment of this video or something. Later.